Hi, I'm Philip Duncan with your weekend weather outlook and the outlook for next week. And we are tracking an unusual setup at the moment. At least it's travelling a long way. That's why it's a little bit unusual. The airflow I'm talking about, it starts up here around Fiji. It drifts all the way down over New Zealand, all the way down to the Antarctic ice shelf, curves around and comes into this low. Tracking, several thousand kilometres to do that. It's quite impressive, and that's the reason why many parts of New Zealand are warmer than average. You can thank Fiji for that setup. But that low that's out in the Tasman is worth keeping an eye on because it is going to produce not only heavy rain on the west coast, but with that high off to our northeast, it's going to create a squash zone with strong winds. Gale force at times through central areas and through the mountains. Otherwise, blustery and warmer than average, especially in the North Island with that Fiji airflow coming down. Now, the forecasts have been flip-flopping a wee bit for Saturday because of this narrow line of subtropical air coming straight in. So to make sense of perhaps the highest risk of rain, use the hourly forecast we've got at WeatherWatch and at ruralweather.co.nz. In fact, ruralweather.co.nz probably will paint a clearer picture for you as to where the rain will fall at your place or farm or batch, wherever you are this weekend. Otherwise, the hourly forecasts that show the percentage of rain will give you the better understanding to when that rain risk sets in, because some of the forecasts might be showing rain clouds, but there may not be a lot of rain, at least on Saturday to begin with. Rain moves up the west coast from that system and comes down from that system, and the two combine on Sunday or overnight Saturday. And that will produce areas which I talked about yesterday, the 3 Ds: drizzle, dry patches and downpours. And that's what we're likely to get with this setup. And as the winds transition away from the Fiji side, they come out of the Tasman Sea as nor'westers, which means it's still warm, and there might be a few thunderstorms, just isolated ones here and there around on Sunday. The rain is patchy. Some will get a good soaking, others might not. Bay of Plenty and the west coast appear to be the highest candidates for rain. And down in the South Island, an area of low pressure moves through, and behind it, things do get cooler. So when we get into Monday next week, there is a southerly flow coming through, and your daytime highs have dropped by several degrees, in fact, some by 10 degrees. But remember, we've been that much above normal lately, so you reset back to normal. In the north, showers and becoming a little cooler later in the day, but really it's Tuesday that the North Island gets a bit more of a cool down with a southwest change, a few showers, still fairly dry though. But in the south, look at this. We're back to the nor'westers as early as Tuesday PM, down around Southland and Otago, which takes us to Wednesday. And once again, the whole country, well, pretty much the whole country. There's a little bit of a cooler change coming back to Southland and Otago for a time on Wednesday. But everyone north of that, you're into this warm nor'wester. It's subtropical in some areas. And yes, as we go through the rest of next week, more high pressure from Australia. That's a big high building there. We're looking at getting drier and warmer, especially in the upper North Island and eastern areas as we head through this month of November. In fact, we've got more information about how dry it is and how critical this weekend rain is for the north of the country. You'll find that in our news section at weatherwatch.co.nz. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again on Monday.